It's The Buzz 24/7
All
at
right.
morningbuzz.com.
This is unbelievable.
Yo, that's what's up.
So, I don't know when it was COVID when it started. When I first saw the Ted Lasso show, and I watched it, and I thought it was going to be one thing. Turned out to be something completely different.
Yep.
And I really enjoyed it because it was kind of like a breath of fresh air. I expected it to be a wise-ass kind of comedy, which Jason Sudeikis is great at. Turned out to be a smartly written comedy that had heart. And, so I really enjoyed it. And Jerermy Swift, who's one of the co-stars who plays the assistant to the manager, to Hannah Waddington.
Yep.
Guy with the glasses, a positive guy, really quick. He's going to be joining us in a couple minutes. He's got a new movie coming out.
All right.
A family Halloween film called Grow. So he's going to be joining us on the phone. He couldn't be with us on Zoom today. But anyway, so that's going to be happening. We're waiting for that. Yesterday, we were waiting for a guy from a rock band. Never showed.
No.
Never showed.
These rock and rollers.
Yep.
The bass players, too. Scotty puts it at the hands of the bass player.
Bass player.
Yeah.
West Coast, East Coast, sleeping in.
Not sure. On tour.
On tour. Could be anywhere.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
probably in a bunk of a. I don't get too wound up about it. We talked about it yesterday.
No,
Yeah.
A lot of. I mean, but you would have just thought bass player got a chance to do an interview.
Yeah.
Been all over it. And it wasn't for Bass Player magazine, so you would have thought he would have been like, absolutely.
Is that still a thing?
I might
Yeah.
even call it not anymore. No.
We're just trying to help.
Yeah.
We're just trying to help the band.
Yeah.
And people love Collective Soul. So, but welcome, Jimmy. Jimmy Dunn hanging out
Bass
with us.
Player magazine.
Yeah, I got. What was it? You used to read Cream,
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Scotty at Cream, and Kerrang.
Kerrang! Rip magazine.
Rip?
There was Rip and Metal Edge, Metal Maniacs. Oh,
As a kid,
huge,
did you read
huge-
those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huge magazine fan.
All gone.
Yeah.
All gone. I get one magazine a month. It's called Decibel Magazine.
Yeah.
That tells you like more of the extreme bands that I'm into.
Okay.
Only magazine.
What,
And I used to get like Modern Drummer, Drums, Drum Head, all these. Bang, COVID
Kelly,
took them all.
magazine you used to read when you were a kid,
Oh, when I was a
or
kid.
just
it
growing up?
Mad Magazine.
Oh,
I think was
amen.
the big
Okay.
one.
All right.
Nice
You know,
job.
and my dad would always get Sports Illustrated, and obviously I would read some of his Penthouses and
Oh, okay.
Hustlers as
All
well.
right. Okay. All right. Stand by. We're going to come back to that.
Yep.
But we're going to go to the phone. I believe Jerermy Swift is going to be on the phone. Jeremy, are you there? He's handing the phone off. Jeremy?
Hello.
I was about to go. Blink twice if you're stuck in a well. That's nobody watches Lassie. Nobody saw Lassie. I'm the only one.
50
been a
years.
minute.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. So we were just we were talking. This is totally unrelated. We were talking about magazines, fan magazines and the type of magazines that you read when you were young. And I'll pull you into that conversation briefly. What did you read magazines when you were a kid?
Well, there weren't so much magazines, but I read all the music papers.
Yeah.
The NME with the New Musical Express
Right.
was the coolest one, and I read Melody. These are British ones, really. Melody Maker and Sounds, but everybody I knew who was into music got the NME, and if there was if there was somebody cool who was being interviewed that week in Melody Maker, you'd buy that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were. But when I was younger, I mean, really young, I used to buy the Marvel.
The comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
English.
Comics, yeah, Spider-Man.
English music magazines were much cooler. We had Rolling Stone, and then some metal stuff a little bit later.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, nice to speak to you. I can't say how much I loved Ted Lasso. I just cannot tell you
Amazing.
how much I
Amazing
loved
show.
it. And thank you for being such a part of that. And we're going to talk about the new
Thank
movie.
you, guys.
But you have to have the reaction to that show had to have taken everybody by surprise, I would think, in today's world.
Yeah, I'm elderly almost, and that's I'm nearly a pensioner, guys.
Right.
And so that to get to and I've been acting for decades, so it's like that was to have something like that happen was like what I had just really process it. It took me months actually to go, this hasn't happened before, has it?
Right.
Has it? No. What? This is what it is to be. So it was. Yeah, it still is. I still am knocked out by how much people took to it, and humbled by it. Really.
It was to me, this is, and we'll move on here because I know we want to talk about Grow, the new movie. But I mean, to me, it was a light. It was a light for me. It was a light, and I don't mean light in the subject matter. I just meant it was a light in a dark time. It was something positive. Absolutely. It was something very heartfelt and still funny. And the performances, yours, everybody's, Jason's, Hannah's, everybody's was great. So it was a real, for me, it got me through COVID, really, that whole thing. So, but thank you for that. So just wanted to start with that.
Did you know when you were
Sure.
Did you know when you were shooting it though? Was there a moment when you started putting it together? Did you go, "Oh, this is going to be something special," or did it take you for as surprised as everybody else?
It did take me by surprise. I thought it was a great show, and I quickly got, Jason's talent at putting together the show and his comedy skills as well. And it was, it had always been my dream to be in an American comedy because I think, I've said this a few times, I think jazz and sitcoms are two of the greatest American art forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And but I thought, I think this is classy. I'm pretty sure it is. But I've been in things that I thought in the past that I thought were great, and I looked at the reviews and gone, okay, let's have a look. 2 stars. Whoa, no, they didn't get it, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, oh, am I an idiot? Am I an idiot? I thought it was great. Oh no. And so when people. And again, being kind of seasoned, I was like, is this true? I was on Twitter at the time. Have to say I'm not anymore.
Right.
And I looked at all the kind of mentions, as it were, that it got, and I thought, is this PR? Is this Apple doing this?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it turned out it really wasn't. It was all genuine.
Yeah.
And that was just. Wow,
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, that's a dream come true. And I think we moved into a time where we start to see, and maybe it's where I'm at too in my life, but you see a lot more family movies out, movies that are made specifically for families that go to the theaters and don't just end up on a cable channel. And Grow is the new movie that Jeremy's a part of, and it's a Halloween themed movie, and it's made for families, right?
It really is, because kids can identify with the kids in it. And I think there is a lot of comedy, if you've seen the movie, that there's a lot of comedy for parents or grandparents too, that, references, people like Hitchcock and The Godfather, and, some great visual gags in it as well.
Kelly.
But yeah, it's about found family, really, guys. And, it centers around this young girl, Charlie, who's only like 10, and played by the excellent Priya Rose Brookwell, by the way, who was just so incredibly talented. You just cannot believe that she's only been on the planet 5 minutes and you can do all this.
I know.
How is this possible? And she's so sweet, and her character is so dynamic, and her character's got this affinity to commune with plants.
Yeah.
And she can put her hands on them and feel their pain or their happiness or whatever. And she's like a pumpkin whisperer.
Yeah.
And she goes to live with her auntie and in the country, who's quite grumpy, and she's played by Golda Rishuval in fantastically grumpy and cheesed off. And she didn't want to take on a kid. She's already got farming is tough enough.
Right.
So she and then they decide to enter this pumpkin competition in the local village, which is aggressively competitive, as these things are. And I play this guy, Mr. Gregory, who's a scientist, and he is he's entering the competition. And he's got a pumpkin growing in a lab. With completely artificial environment, but So it's the polar opposite to the kind of environmentalist story that is being told with her character.
I love when you meet a little kid that has so much talent, and there's kind of a little bit. I don't know. I get a little jealous because they're so damn good at such a young age. Well, one more question for Jerermy Swift. Go ahead, Kelly.
Jerry, I was reading your bio, and I see you're going to be in All Creatures Great and Small. I watch it on PBS with my daughter. We love it. What are you going to be in the new season?
Oh, it's not. I actually did the last season, so it should be on there already if you haven't seen it.
Well, Kelly's a few months behind.
We haven't watched it since February.
Okay, you're on a break? Or you on hiatus?
Well,
can't afford cable.
Summer gets busy.
Kelly's on hiatus.
Daughter has to come visit me and stay overnight.
Okay, all right.
Not everybody lives in the same house anymore.
That's acceptable. October 3rd, by the way.
There's a divorce in there, Jeremy. It gets a little complicated.
Oh, this is hitting so close.
He's a real personal.
Put that in your family movie.
Jeremy, I know you're on a time limit. I want to keep you to the time limit, but really enjoyed you.
Sure, I just got to check it out. It's October the 17th. It's been bumped.
Oh, okay.
By my namesake, Taylor Swift. Her new. They were not wanting to cause a family feud, we had to change the date of the movie.
Okay.
So it's now October the 17th. Yeah.
Okay. Well, great to talk to you. I look forward. I hope to get to see you in the new edition of Ted Lasso, and look forward to seeing the movie grow on the 17th. Thank you very much for the time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
You got
fun. Cheers.
Take care. The British magazines, like when we were talking about magazines before Jeremy came on, and I really did love it. I know Laura did too. I loved it. I know I loved Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
And I'm nervous about the second go round because how do you match that lightning in a bottle? That's what I worry about.
Yeah, when it gets so big, so many writers and producers come in on it. And
Get a little mushy for you? Get a little mushy?
It got a little mushy for me. The thing is, with television, the less people are writing that script, generally, the better it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about punching up jokes or whatever. But when a show has one definitive voice, when there's clearly one person in charge, it just comes out better. And that was the first season with Jason had so much to do with that part of that show. That's why The Sopranos was so good. That's why Seinfeld was so good. That's why Curb is so good, because they have someone in charge with the direction, and they don't have a. And if you're a Hollywood writer, I mean, I know this. Everybody tried to get on that show. Everybody. Once it took off, and the more voices, it just kind of becomes diluted.
Yeah.
And then you know me, I don't like heart.
Yeah. You don't have one.
I like jokes.
Right.
I like funny.
You're like Scotty. Scotty doesn't like mush. He likes.
It's not. I watch movies to get away.
Yeah.
I don't need. I took the kids to see Up.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, on the way home, everybody's crying.
Yeah, that was a good movie, though. That was a really well done cartoon.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
Time to make you stronger on
I don't
the
know.
inside.
I like it.
We want to go see a movie and laugh and joke on the way home, or be scared. I don't need to be crying.
You don't need to grow.
About it.
You don't need to grow.
No.
I get
F growing.
Yes.
F growing. It's for the birds.
Yeah. We don't need to grow and learn.
Okay,
No.
so just to go back, because Jeremy, all those music magazines that he was talking about, like NME, Musical Express, those are really cool. The music scene over there seemed to me, looking across, when I would see it, a month after it came out, I would be like, because I read, if it had anything to do with music, it was on the radio, I read it.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone, front to cover. You know what I mean? Cover to cover, I read it. I loved it. Even when I was a young kid, some of the teen magazines, that was the only way you could read about any band.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I would read some of them sometimes. I loved that. I didn't read, Boys Life. And then once you're in the Boy Scouts, you got Boys Life.
We still get Scout Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's on, Scout Life now.
and that was it. Rolling Stone I had up until, I had that into the 2000s. I was a constant subscriber to that.
We had Rolling Stones until a few years ago. Or
I
whatever.
did subscribe to Entertainment Weekly for the show because that's how Scotty.
That was not a bad magazine.
Yeah, but then it didn't matter anymore. Once the internet came, it wiped out all that stuff.
I still get Taste of Home. I get my Food Network. I get Delicious, or Delish. I get a lot of my cooking magazines, and I read them every month, and I get so excited to look at recipes.
I dropped Rolling Stone. I dropped it way before, but I definitely dropped it as soon as they put Yokar Sarnev, or whatever his name is, Jokar Sarnev,
Yeah, right.
the Boston Marathon bomber, on the cover.
That was just to get attention.
Yeah, well,
there was
they
a day
lost mine. That was it.
Rolling Stone magazine was the Bible,
Oh, it was.
and then it just
It was.
became foolishness.
Yeah, they put pop stars and stuff, and it became less of what it used to be, which it stood,
that's
stood
sometimes
for
what
something.
I had a hard time with. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, we put her on the cover because her tits are hanging out, but around that same time,
Right.
a classic band or a band put out a really good album.
Yeah.
and we're not going for music anymore.
But didn't you find that there were certain bands that they just, no matter what they came out with, it was the best in the world?
Yeah,
Like Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, well, no, but there's other bands that you're like,
Yeah.
who is that?
Yeah.
It's a band that tours, once every 10 years, and who is it?
Still could be great.
I'm not saying it can't be, but they were like, the best band of all time. They put out one album in '82,
Yeah.
and the band couldn't hold it together.
All of their lists were great for discussion.
Yeah, but
Because you didn't agree with
they
it.
were agitating lists. They
Yeah,
weren't.
yeah.
They weren't honest.
Exactly.
You know,
and so
when
what magazine did you get? Did you tell
when
me?
I was a kid, I was Surfer Mag. I had all the Surfer, Surfing.
Yeah.
Oi, Oi magazine.
Australian Surf. Had that. Had Sports Illustrated. Loved Popular Mechanics and Popular Science.
I'm amazed by Sports Illustrated when you think about it. When you think
It's
about
great.
how, it was a great
big
magazine.
deal being on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
It was a big deal to be in it, let alone, I mean, I think I was in a picture in Sports Illustrated in the
Swimsuit.
the NCAA hockey championships was in Buffalo, and UNH was playing Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I was there,
Yeah.
and I was right against the glass. And during one of the Minnesota goals,
Yeah.
where everybody's going crazy, I ain't going crazy, and I'm
That's
right. I'm
funny.
in the picture. So that was my one time in Sports Illustrated. But to think that they would talk about games that by the time you read it
Yeah,
was a week old.
It
At
was
least a
more.
week,
It was
right?
more about the articles of the athletes
Agreed.
themselves. It wasn't
Agreed.
really about the cover.
But
Yeah,
there
and
was a
the-
little bit of that in the early days where they referenced games, and you're like, oh, that was 2 weeks ago. We would
Yeah,
never
but
do that
also
now.
their writers were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And photographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The photographers were amazing. The writing was amazing, and you didn't have Sports Center. You didn't have it daily.
All these radio talk shows.
If they
you
were
weren't
talk-
oversaturated.
Yeah, and if they were talking about the Red Sox, you went, "Oh yeah, I saw that last week."
Right.
But if they were talking about the Cubs,
But dude,
you didn't see any of that.
when the Sox won the series,
Yeah.
you had to have that Sports Illustrated when it came out.
Yeah.
That issue, right? That
Still
World
have it.
Series
Now I don't know
issues.
what to do with it.
I still have it. I went out and got them. Super Bowl got Sports Illustrated. As always. And did you say what you got for a kid when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I got Scholastic, and then it was just like all those teen bop magazines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe
Scholastic.
Mack.
Leg
Pictures
show.
of Joe Mack.
Yeah,
She wrote
of
'em all.
course. Not all of
JT?
them.
You're JT, Justin Timberlake?
No, no.
Oh, you didn't?
I'm 43. No, he was like, I mean, that would have been me writing him when I was in high school.
Well, you
That
wrote
would have been
Joey
for-
Mack. I mean, right? You wrote
Yeah,
the
but
New
that
Kids.
was but we were like 8.
Okay, so
So Justin Timberlake didn't get. I mean, I
All right.
wasn't. We never. Yeah, he wasn't popular till I was in high school.
okay, my timeline is not
Way off.
Yeah,
New Kids on the Block is
obviously.
like the first boy band. I mean,
Okay, I thought it was New Kids on the Block. Was
yeah,
more,
that's Joey Mack. Justin Timberlake and NSYNC didn't come out till maybe 98.
You were writing. It's so funny. You were writing to kids in boy bands, guys in boy bands. I was writing to Jack Williams,
Jack Williams.
WBZ.
Channel 4.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Channel 4.
Wow.
Yeah, never responded.
No,
Never
I never heard
responded.
from the Go-Go's.
Yeah. Would you write?
You write them all,
You
just
write-
Belinda.
Belinda. No, okay, just checking.
No.
Just checking.
I don't know their names.
Yeah.
Dear Go-Go's.
Yeah.
My name is Jimmy, and I also enjoy the beach.
I love you, Go-Go's. I love you, Go-Go's.
If any of you Go-Go's happen to make it up to Hampton Beach, I will show you Go-Go's a
maybe
good
we can
time.
look-
Look me up. Look me up. We'll go to the
We'll
the
go to
arcade.
Playland.
Not
We'll
only
go
do
to
I got the
arcade.
beat, I got the meat.
Palace. All right, you took it there. You took
Sorry.
it there. Jimmy's being a nice, innocent
Sorry.
guy
I
over
Just
here.
want to show him a nice date on the beach.
That's all Jimmy wanted to do. All right.
Forget about it.
All right. Well, there you go, everybody. Whoop whoop whoop. Jimmy, good to see you.
Hey, the best part of that interview? Jazz and sitcoms. art forms.
Yeah, there you go.
I loved that.
There you go. I like the guy. I
did
the guy.
too.
All right.
I did too.
We will see you tomorrow. JimmyDunn.com. You want to check where his gigs are, go see him. And thanks for checking out the Buzz 24/7. Don't forget, Morning Buzz TV. If you're listening to this and you can't see us, it is on YouTube. Look up Morning Buzz TV. Click subscribe. All right. I'm looking at the camera, making. You can't see my face.
Smash that button, kids.
there you go.
Boom. That's how you do it.
There you go.
Okay.
Have a great day. Thanks, man.